howdy guys, it's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review, and today we're taking a look at the DC Multiverse from Mcfarlane. We have the Gold Label Collection Flash. I was able to scoop this up at my local Target. I know this was kind of one that was hard to come by. Honestly, I missed out on the pre-order. It kept coming in and out of stock on the Target app, and I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if I really wanted it. I don't have any other Flash figures in my collection. I was like, you know what, this looks pretty good. Comes with the interchangeable head for your Barry Allen, or you can go with the actual Flash head. So I said, screw it, I'm gonna grab it. I walked into my local Target store and they were stacked across all lines, with whether it was DC, Mcfarlane. They had a bunch of these. They had the new Batman, they had the Blue Beetle figures, they had a whole bunch of new G.I. Joe Classified, new WWE figures, new Marvel Legends. I was like, my God, I've already spent so much already between Comic-Con pre-orders and a whole bunch of other figures coming out, and all these figures are starting to hit stores now. So, you know, very expensive time to be a collector. But I want to branch out and do more figure reviews because, like I said, I just love collecting. I just want to share my passion here. And, you know, why not give you guys a first-hand look at this figure to see if you guys are interested. I know generally we do a lot of wrestling figures, but I'm going to start doing more of the Marvel figures, the DC Mcfarlane, also G.I. Joe Classified. I'm just going to pump them all out. You know, we already do AW Jazzwares, so kind of branch out and give you guys a little more here. But you can see Flash looks great in the packaging. I love that they are still going with this window box. I wonder if that is going to change at all going forward. You've seen with the new, even WWE Mattel line, Elites are going to change. But McFarlane's have been pretty on point with their packaging and their price point. I will say they're one of the few that have not really increased pricing over the last couple of years. And they've really been killing it with their, you know, Batman releases as of late. That new 6-pack Batman movie set. Like, oh my God, blew my mind. The 89 Batman figure. So they're really, like, you know, clicking on all cylinders, if you ask me. But this one did retail for $24.99. Obviously, you get the Build-A-Figure part to connect and build your Cyborg figure. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that, but you get the Flash here, you get the nice gold label image. Let's take a look at the side. You get the Flash nameplate here. On the other side, more of the Flashpoint. On the back, you will see the other Build-A-Figure here on the back, as well as the little read-up. But enough chatting. Let's get the Flash out of his packaging. And before we get to the Flash, we're going to jump into his accessories. So he gets quite a few. You get your traditional Mcfarlane trading card. I really do like the way this looks. You got the Flash with the Flashpoint. Him running across all the lightning bolts coming out. I really do like this artwork. It looks really nice. On the back, you have the read-up. I appreciate these from Mcfarlane. Again, I'm not a big card guy. I used to collect them as a kid. But, you know, if it's a kid grabbing this stuff, I can see them collecting this stuff. It looks really nice. Do appreciate the little extra throw-in. You also do get these Cyborg Build-A-Figure legs, and these are massive. Look at him next to Flash. Like, he's almost the size of Flash, and they're just the legs. Personally, I don't think I'm going to build them. I have no place for it in my collection with this size. But look at all this nice kind of detail into this kind of like machinery. Got the black accents, got the little red on the knee pads as well. Same on the other leg. Look at the insides here. You want to compare them. He does have toe articulation on the actual feet, so that looks really nice. Again, look at the size of that. I can only imagine how big Cyborg would be. I appreciate this. Also with Mcfarlane, you get your traditional black display stand. I feel like these are a must for adult collectors. Personally, I don't like figures toppling over themselves, so I do like that they're still including these at the $19.99 price. Obviously, this was a little more because it had the Build-A-Figure pieces. So on the figure, you get the Barry Allen head, the civilian head. He does kind of have this removable mask piece, similar to what we've seen with like Marvel Legends Wolverine. Kind of just drapes around his neck. You also do get this interchangeable masked Flash head with the lightning bolts here on the side. I know this was a big selling point, was the civilian Barry Allen head. I really do like it, but I don't have a Flash in my collection. So, personally, I think I'm going to have to display him with a mask on, even though I really do like that. I will say the head scan on the body looks a tad too small. I know the proportions on Mcfarlane, the legs tend to generally be a little bigger, but looks pretty good. You can see he does have the little butterfly joints. Mine are a little loose. I don't know, they just seem to like really flop in there. I just wanted to point that out, but I really do like the red with the white and the yellow. It looks really nice, like your traditional Flash, what you'd expect. He's got the yellow boots here. Got the lightning bolts on the side here, as well as on the belt, across on his arms. Looks very nice and clean. Again, if you guys do want to see what that little unmasked piece looks like, you can port the head on there, and that's how it looks. But all in all, I really am digging this Flash. It looks pretty good. Let's jump into a few Mcfarlane figure comparisons. So again, I do not have any other Flash figures in my collection, which is the reason that prompted me to pick this figure up. I really was Not the huge or biggest McFarlane collector originally. There were just so many obscure Batman figures they were releasing. Now I'm kind of all in. They're doing all these movie Batman figures. Obviously, DC Batman's more in my wheelhouse. My favorite superhero of all time. I have a few Superman figures as well, but I wanted to bring a few different figures from the line just to kind of see how Flash stacks up. So we have figures from the Dark Knight trilogy. We have Batman and we have Bane. I actually did order the new San Diego Comic-Con figures with the two Jokers, the bank robber Joker, that translucent Joker, as well as the gold label Bane. So definitely be doing a review on those real soon too. Next up, we have the 1989 Keaton Batman based off the new Flash movie. I was almost close to picking up the new Flash figures, like the actual Flash from the new movie, but honestly, I just not a big fan of Ezra Miller, so I wanted more of a comic version, which is why I went with this figure. And on the right, we have a Joker from the McFarlane series. And lastly, I have a Red Hood figure here from McFarlane. Did plus it up with the weapons. Obviously, this one did not come with the guns, unfortunately, due to McFarlane not being able to release weapons with their figures. And on the right, we have the Black Adam movie figure based with Dwayne Johnson. And looking at all these figures now that we've done the comparisons, I will say that this head scan is just a tad too small for this body. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below if you agree. Before we wrap up here with some final thoughts on this figure, if you guys haven't already, please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to turn on those notification bells to stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my channel. As far as this Flash figure goes, I really do dig it. I think it is your pretty comic book-esque Flash, you know, very traditional attire. Love the lightning bolt with the yellow and the red. I will say if there are any gripes, the head scan to me is a tad too small. And for 25 bucks, I wish they would have thrown some interchangeable hands. I would have loved to have seen those like kind of straight running hands for him to kind of get into his like Flash running pose. I know we've had other figures that have come with like those lightning effects. That I don't really care for, but I think some interchangeable hands would have set it apart, especially for 25 bucks. I know you're getting the head, the little mask piece around the neck, and the Build-A-Figure parts, but I feel like that's kind of where the McFarlane line is maybe lacking sometimes. If you look at the newest like Keaton Batman figures, I was shocked they came with cloth capes and fisted hands as well as like open hands. Like, to me, that's the direction I want to see them kind of go a little more. Obviously, I know they're trying to balance out the line. I do appreciate that they are still within $19.99 for the figures without the Build-A-Figure pieces. McFarlane right now is hitting on all strides, if you ask me. They are really appealing to the adult collector and giving us stuff that we really do want. You know, I feel like they've stepped up their game and are really coming up strong. So if you guys are interested in grabbing this figure, I highly recommend. I think it's very fun and will look great as a display piece. I appreciate you guys checking out this video review. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AlexWestCollects for more figure content. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll catch you all on the next one.